quick lesson about the turn foot, what I call the turn foot. Now, I've said before that whether my feet are in a 145-degree position or a 135-degree position, either way, I can pass forward on a blow and leave the foot in that position so that when I strike, I'm now at the 135, from 45 to 135. And then when I strike on the opposite side, I'm again going to turn the feet, which turns the legs, which turns the hips, and see how I ended in a turn foot position. Similarly, 135, I come forward with a turn foot, strike, bam, with the turn foot, adding that force, turning the whole body by turning the foot, turning the leg. The legs are keys, for they do open and close, as Master Vadi says. And now you'll notice that I'm actually in what? I'm in a reverse position. Whoa, I'm in the reverse 45 position that we sometimes see with different postures. Whoa, organically achieved it on its own through use of biomechanics to optimize and maximize my striking force. So, being in this position, I can then, again, turn both feet simultaneously back, and hit with more force, and that foot ends up turned again. And that foot, by being turned, rather than being off balance or not having some strength or being vulnerable, is quite the opposite. It gives me this very powerful springiness. You can check it out yourself, provided you are not obese or having knee and ankle difficulties. Those are the two things that will keep you from using the historical form and the historical motions. If you are in armor, you may still do this. It is all over the source teachings in full harness. You'll see it in a lot of the sources and in historical combat images going back to the Greeks and Romans, this turn foot. And you find it in martial arts all around the world. And I've said before that the turn foot simply comes from the fact that if I am in a 45-degree fighting position or if I am in a 135-degree fighting position, it really doesn't matter, either one of them. If I bring the foot forward in that position, it's turned so that when I'm striking, I can turn the foot, which turns the leg, which turns the hip, which puts all my power into it. And we know that the historical source masters emphasize the importance of stepping with every blow so that you can come in and go and hit with that force. And you'll notice that having done that I will end up in a 135-degree position as I've struck. So that my second blow, I can turn the feet again, both feet, bam! So I can end up hitting twice, doing this voltando kind of turning action. Pop, 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 pop. Okay? If I'm in a 135 and I bring it forward, it's even more turn. So I can come in and go hit, and then I can bring it back, or I can hit here, and you'll see that I'm actually in what? My feet are in a reverse 45-degree position. And we've seen this reverse 45-degree position in the sources. It's all over. And here it is. Here's that reverse 35. Bam! Reverse 35, hit, and then hit again. Hit, hit again. Hit, hit again. And this turning allows me to put my entire body weight into the blow, fencing with all my strength, and not simply twisting from the waist or standing with my feet planted. As the masters tell us, every blow has its ordained step done in due time. This is very important. It's very critical, and it explains organically, holistically, biomechanically, how the turning of the feet help you optimize the force that you will get. Similarly, said in the past, that turn foot can occur simply by the fact that if I were to pass back and leave that foot where it was, it's in the turn foot. Wow! So that when I hit, boom, there's that force. Back and there again. Turning of both feet or turning of one foot. This is why the Master Vadi says the legs are keys, because they do open and close. Wow. More wonder in feet than in hands in all this art. Think about it. Practice it.